Well, yeah, I did grow up in Canberra, born and raised. We have some family up in Sydney though, so we go up there every so often. I think my soccer career kind of started in primary school when I would, because we would always play sports and things at lunch and recess if you didn't want to just sit around. But it was only the boys that ever played, and I never wanted to play with the boys, so I wouldn't play. And then in like years 5 and 6 I did, but they never let me play on the field, so I got to play in the goal. And eventually I got good at it, so I stayed there. So yeah, that's kind of where that came from. And the rest is history. You're right. Outside of soccer, I don't really do much. I sort of go to school and do my studies. I'm into sort of sciencey sort of subjects, kind of looking on the horizon for a medical kind of career at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just working hard, playing soccer. Well, at the moment it's not too bad. Like we're just in year 12, so it's sort of not as demanding as it could be. Then again, it's quite difficult at some points. Like you just sort of have to, because school is very, very important. If you're struggling with school, sort of have to back up on the soccer for a little while to try and balance it all out again. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty alright. It does slot in quite well. Like you have breaks after training before you can go to bed, or after school before you go to training. Those kinds of things just all works together. Over the next 12 months is kind of difficult. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you never really know. Like I want to say that I would be straight off the back of a successful Canberra United season, back with Wood and Western playing really well, but you never know, something could come up or might not make the team. But yeah, that would be my ultimate goal for the next 12 months, and then sort of looking into the future more sort of, further into the future, sort of. Sorry, just kind of thinking. My ultimate goal is to play for the Matildas, as is probably evident. But yeah, just in terms of in between those and the interim parts, I think there's some Young Matildas things coming up that I would be honoured to be part of, things like that. Yeah, it would be great. The pathway for women's football, it definitely has gotten tremendously better, exponentially. But it's fantastic until you're about 17, 18, because then you're too old to play in the now the Canberra United Academy squads. They only got to under 17s, and the Women's Premier League in Canberra is quite a good standard in terms of what it could be and what it is, I suppose. But yeah, there's not very much for players over the age of 17, and that's kind of hard because it all comes into funding and sponsorship and all of that kind of thing. But yeah, it would be fantastic if they had more of a program to build up those younger, older players. For example, sort of, it's kind of like you either make Canberra United or you can play in the Women's Premier League, which is fantastic. Or yeah, there's not many options, but I guess if you really want to pursue a career in football, you can make options for yourself, which is good. I think the vibe it's been very positive. It's been very sort of like, at the start it was kind of a bit like, we have nothing to lose, let's prove them all wrong. But now that we have proven quite a lot of people wrong, it's sort of like we won't settle for second best anymore. We want to be winning games, we want to be challenging the top players, which I think is fantastic. It's a really good mentality for the club to have. It's great.